What's going on, everybody? This is Ryan Bozic with Shelbeth Entertainment, and I wanted to tell you about a new watch. I figured it's time for a new watch to tell you about, and it is a Parnis. I went out and got a Parnis watch. But before we get into that watch, I want to tell you something real quick. Everybody remembers the Invicta watch that I did a video on. If you stay till the end of the video, I'm going to show you something really unique I did with this watch. You're going to love it. I guarantee you're going to love it. So stick around to the end and I'll show you what I did. Okay, so Parnis watch. You love it or you hate it. Me personally, when I got it at first, I hated it. I absolutely hated this watch. And the reason why is because of the fact that when I read the website description says something in the manner of that it doesn't take a lot to build a high quality watch like Rolex does, or Omega, or Tag Heuer, or any of those high-end watch brands. So they don't know why that they charge so much from the watch brand. So they build the same quality as the high-end watch manufacturers. I could tell you right now, no. They did not build this watch at all with high quality. I mean, it's good quality. It's really good quality for the price, but it's not high quality. And I'll explain to you here in a little bit why. So this watch that I got is the Parnas Daytona. I saw this watch and I had to have it because I love Rolex. And I want to get myself an actual Rolex when I do make it in this industry. But I just want to get into some detail here. So this is the Parnis Daytona. And this is what they are, what they're homaging to the Rolex Daytona. And it's got a ceramic bezel. It actually does have the tachometer, and it does actually work. Now, this is not an actual automatic watch. It is called a Mecca quartz, which, as you can see here, when the second hand down here, sorry, I bumped it. Second hand is actually dialing on a quartz movement. But the second hand you can use as a tachometer actually uses a mechanical movement. So that's why they call it a Mecca quartz. As you can see, you click it down and it actually moves like a mechanical movement. And even the pushers also are very mechanical feeling. So like when you push this down, if you can hear this, listen, let me see if you can hear this. And then when you reset it, it actually is a very mechanical movement. I'll show you again here. I don't know why my camera's not focusing, but we're going to try to do the best we can here. All right, and then stop and reset. Just like the Rolex Daytona, it does do the tachometer just like the Rolex Daytona. However, it is a quartz. So that was my first gripe that I had against Parnis. They said they can build high quality watches at a very inexpensive price, build the same quality watches as Rolex does. Well, if that's the case, Parnis, then why is this a quartz watch? Why isn't this not an automatic watch? That's my first gripe. Second gripe is that if they really feel that they could build a watch just like Rolex, the same high quality, then why, oh why, did they Frankenwatch this watch? Because this is truly a Frankenwatch. Now, I got a different bracelet and clasp on here. I actually went out and got another clasp, just like the actual Invicta, to look like a Rolex style clasp and bracelet. However, this one is not the glide lock. This one is just the quick extension, like the Rolex Daytona. Again, like I said, I wanted to feel as authentic as possible. And I've wore this thing for a while, so that's why you can see like how scratched up it is and everything. It's got a lot of scratches in it. I got to polish it and get all the scratches out. But I've had this watch now for about 5 or 6 months, and I haven't decided to display it and do a video on it until just now. But my second gripe on this is that it comes with Rolex style bracelet, but the clasp that comes on it, not this one, but the actual clasp that comes with the Parnis watch is like an Omega clasp. So they Franken-watched the bracelet. So it's Rolex style oyster bracelet, but then it has an Omega style clasp. Now, I don't even know where it's at. I think I threw it out because I thought it was junk and I didn't like it. Some people do like it, and that's fine. But, you know, again, like I said, if you're going to build a watch and claim on your website that you can build watches just like the high quality end watches, then why build a Franken watch? That's what I don't understand. Here's my third gripe that I didn't like about this watch. On the end links here, when I wanted to change this bracelet out, I had the most difficult time. I had a hell of a time trying to change this bracelet out. And the reason why is because these lug holes where the pins go, they're not 100% accurate. They're not lined up. What I had to do is I actually had to bend this bar inside. Now these are solid end links that I have on here. So these are solid end links, and try to imagine what it's like to actually bend one of those lug bars to try to get the end links in. Because it's off by like millimeters, or maybe even parts of a millimeter. But this one here, like if we say it was like here, the lug hole, this one was like down here at the bottom, this lug hole. Not exactly like that pronounced, but, and they just would not line up. So I don't know whether or not if I got a defective watch or if all Parnases are like that, but I had the most difficult time. This bracelet took me, honest to God, took me 8 hours to put this bracelet on because I had to keep bending. I had to keep twisting the lug bar. I had to keep twisting everything just to get this to actually fit in properly and correctly. So finally, when I bent the bar, I figured, you know what? I'm not going to take this off ever again. I'm going to leave it the way it is. Even if I want to change out for like a leather strap, forget it. I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to spend another 8 hours again trying to line up these holes. So that was my third gripe with this watch. Again, if you're listing on your website that you can build high quality watches like Rolex and Omega and Tag Heuer for a fraction of the price, then why, oh why, is the quality of this watch so horrible? Now the movement of this watch, actually, I like it. It's very accurate. I actually have an app on my phone where I could set the time to this, and since it's quartz, quartzes are always very accurate watches. I think this is off by 0.0012 of a second. So that would be 1/100th and 1/102,000th of a second off. And that was in like 4 months. So that's a very accurate timekeeping. I also like the actual mechanical feel of the pushers and the way that this actually works, because it is very mechanical and it does work like the actual Rolex Daytona does. From a distance, anybody who sees this watch would automatically think that it is a Rolex Daytona. If you look at it up close and like, it's a Parnis. You know, I don't like it. I don't like you. Whatever, watch snob, get out of my face. I don't care. So, but I like the Mecca quartz movement on this. Again, Mecca quartz, mechanical quartz. This movement here is actually mechanical. And the watch itself is quartz. But again, I just can't get over the fact that if you say you can build quality watches like Rolex and like Daytona, then I mean like Rolex and Omega and Tag Heuer for a fraction of the price, then why? Oh, why did you fall so short in this watch? I mean, it's a beautiful watch, don't get me wrong. But just the quality control of it. Now, I think I paid $130 some for this watch directly off their website. Now, I could have gone to eBay. I could have gone to, I don't think Amazon sells them. But I could have gone to eBay. I could have gone to DHgate. I could have gone to AliExpress. But just the way that they just the way they marketed the watch, it says that if you get the watch from an other site, you're not going to get the quality that you get from their website. So I ordered from their website, and they only gave me like a 7-day return if I didn't like the watch, and that was including shipping it back. So, you know, I paid $130 for this watch. I was really pissed off when I bought this thing because I spent almost 8.5 hours trying to get this bracelet on because I hated the Omega style clasp with the Rolex style bracelet. I mean, the actual bracelet that comes with the Parnis watch looks exactly like this, solid end links just like this, but it has that ugly Omega clasp on her with the big words Parnis written on there like that, and it's got the 2 double clasp here, and it just opens up so butterflies this way. And I mean, it was such an eyesore for me, and it was just like stuck out like a sore thumb, and I just could not stand it because this looked like a Rolex, but then when you turned it over on the wrist, it looked like an Omega, and I was just like, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all whatsoever. So let me show you again here a little bit more about the actual bracelet. It is a Rolex Daytona style bracelet. It's unbranded, and it clicks in just like you saw with the Invicta watch that I have. It clicks in, and that clicks over like that, and it's locked and secured. Okay, and it's also spring-loaded in the clasp, just like the Invicta watch that I have. As you can see there, spring-loaded. And you can see here that it actually has the quick extension link where you can extend it out one link just by that. And a lot of people don't understand why Rolex would have a quick extension link like this. And there's a lot of theories on why this is. And if you actually know why Rolex has this quick extension link, go ahead and leave it in the comments. But I'm going to tell you what my idea, what I think the reason why they do this. I've noticed sometimes that whenever I sweat, that the watch will feel really tight on my wrist. So what I'll do is I'll take it off, like so, and give the quick extension, and it'll be looser. It'll be on, but it won't be as tight. Now this is really loose because my hand isn't, you know, and my wrist isn't sweating. But if I wanted to bring it back again, of course I have to take it off to do this, and then just click it into place like so, and then I can have it on my wrist like so. So let's give a quick wrist shot of the Parnis Daytona. Also, what you'll notice here on the bracelet, if I can get this camera to actually focus, is that you'll notice that these are screw-in links. These aren't the push pins. These are actual screw-in links, just like the actual Rolex has. And these actually screw in and screw out. So if you want to take the links in and out, you can by screwing them in and out. And this part here, if you wanted to ever move this just like the Rolex. You can see that there's like 3 notches in here. That if you wanted to get in there, I think you got to do it this way. I think. Let me see. No, you got to go this way. And then in here you can get your push pin tool. You can push that pin down and then push these forward, and then actually go into those 3 little holes that you see. I don't know if you can see them or not. You can see like the 3 little holes. I got this set all the way at the end out here. It's perfect fit for me. But again, like I said, the reason why I got this is because I'm a very big fan of Rolex. And Rolex, like I said in my Invicta video, the statement behind Rolex is the struggle is over, you've made it. You don't have to struggle anymore. So this is like a symbol that the struggle is over, I've made it. So when I look at this watch and look at my Invicta watch, they both remind me of Rolex and remind me what I'm working for. So that's the reason why I got the Parnis and the Invicta. And because of the fact that this Parnis has left such a bad taste in my mouth, I'm very, very skeptical and very, very second guessing and thinking twice about buying another Parnis. There's a couple of Parnises that I might want to get, but based on the way that this one was, I don't think I'm going to. The other Parnis I was going to get was a GMT, and the GMT actually works like the Rolex GMT, and it is an automatic watch. I watched videos on that though, where it's very loud when you wind it and when you shake the actual watch, like how the spring is, how the rotor inside is just like very clunky and windy and stuff and everything, which kind of makes me think again that they're lying on their website saying they can build high quality watches, luxury quality watches at a fraction of the price, especially when they're putting in cheap Chinese movements that sound very ratchety and very loud when you wind them. I just don't like that. Again, another thing I didn't like about this watch is the fact that this isn't a screw-down crown. I totally forgot about that. What I'm going to do eventually is I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take the actual crown tubing out and put in a screw-down crown tube and replace this with the screw-down crown so I can make this more water resistant. Because this, I mean, again, on their website, they claim it's only 100-meter water resistant. Again, I don't know if it is. I haven't tested out because I found so many things wrong with this watch that I just really don't trust Parnis to, when they say things like that. So, anyway, that was my review of the Parnas Daytona. I mean, once I got all the kinks worked out and I got the watch to where I like it, I started to have more of a hate-love relationship with this watch, where I started to love it because of the stuff that I did to it to make it better. Factory Parnis, yeah. Factory Parnis to me is a no-no. We're just going to go like that with factory Parnis. But the actual modded Parnis, just the bracelet and the clasp, and then later on I'm going to actually swap out the crown tube and put in a screw-down crown on there. This watch definitely is going to be a thumbs up for me once I do finish all the mods. But I mean, I like it now the way that it is. So that was my review of the Parnas Daytona. And the moment you've all been waiting for. What did I do to my Invicta watch? Remember on this video, if you didn't see this video what I did, I'll put a link in the description. But remember on this Invicta watch, I did a whole bunch of mods to it. Well, now I did something even more fantastic to it, and I know you're going to love it. So, without further ado, no, not yet. All right, you ready? No, not yet. How about, no, not yet. Okay, I'll get to the point. All right, so here we go. Dun, da, da, da. I actually created my own leather bone strap. Yes, I made my own leather bone strap. I'm a leather crafter. I do leather work. And I made my own leather bund strap. Wearing it for a while, you see how dark it is. It's getting darker on the inside. It's starting to get a lot of the cracks, a lot of the oils from my skin going in it. And it's just absolutely beautiful. I got 2 layers of leather. I've even cut out a hole on the inside so you can see the movement moving on it. I got leather, what is it called? Catchers, and punched out the holes for it. And the stitching, I did saddle stitching on this. I did contrast stitching. I did the white stitching. I did the saddle stitching with 2 pieces of leather. If you notice here that there's this stitching here, but it doesn't come through on this side. Why do you think that is? I'll let you comment on why you think I did that. Alright, the reason why I did that is because of the fact that this is 2 pieces of leather. So what I did is that this was just one big strip of leather that I had, and I cut it in half, and I folded these inside after I scored them down and got them even and flush with the leather, and then I was able to actually stitch these in there before adding the second piece of leather down. So this is, I think, 2mm thick leather, if I'm not mistaken. It could be 4mm, but I think it's 2mm. I think it's 1mm. No, it's, I don't know. I don't have the leather in front of me right now to actually look. But if anybody wants me to make them an actual leather bund strap for their Invicta Pro Diver, let me know. I got a whole bunch of different leather dyes. I got the saddle tan. I got black. I got dark tan. And I also have white. So if you want me to do no, you know what? I ran out of the white. I'm sorry. I don't have white. So I have saddle tan. I have dark tan. And I have black. And when I do these, I actually put a sheen over top of this so it's more water resistant. And then on top of that, I coat it in beeswax. So it is a lot more water resistant. You can actually wear this in the pool if you wanted to go swimming. You can wear this in the shower. And it's not going to warp or anything, because I've actually worn it in the shower, worn it in the pool. As you can see, it's not warped. It's not done anything like that. And that's because of the beeswax and the sheen that I put on here. Like, you can put water on here and it just dribbles right off. It just comes right off. In fact, let me see if I can get some water real quick and just show you. I'll just do a couple drops of water on this and show you. Of course, when you do put water on here, it will soak a little bit through it, but it'll just bead right off. Let me just see if I can find some water here. All right, let's see what we got here. Let me show you. Got some water. And you see that it just beads right up. And it will soak into the leather. But you see, no dye comes off. So it doesn't dye, doesn't come off. Fingers are still the same color. And it dries pretty much instantly. Like, as soon as you wipe it off, as you can see, I've already just wiped that off. Now, I haven't sheened this or waxed it in a while. I know that with leather, you're supposed to sheen it and wax it every 6 months, depending on how much you wear it. Like, I wear this almost every day. So, you can see that the leather strap keepers here are a lot more darker than the tan here, because it's on the bottom of my wrist, and it's collecting a lot of sweat and moisture on here. I've got a lot of the oils from my skin, actually, on the bottom of here. It's starting to darken, as you can see, and I need to wax this and sheen it again. So that just reminded me that I need to do that. So anyway, that was my Invicta Pro Diver new mod that I've done, and if anybody wants me to do that, look in the description for the pricing, and I will be more than happy to do that for you. Also, since I'm a filmmaker, that all the proceeds that I do with my watches, any mods that you want done, including the actual mods that I've done to this watch in my previous video, which I'll leave a link in the description. If you want me to do those mods for you, or want me to craft you a leather bone strap for this, all the proceeds go to a film project that I'm currently producing right now. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. If you want to join in on the film project that my company is actually producing right now, you can be sure to look into that. And any type of donations, any type of custom work that you want me to do for your watches, any type of contributions that you want to make to the project is more than accepted, and we gladly accept it. I'll also leave a PayPal me link in the description if you want to make a contribution to our film project, or if you just want to come directly over to our Facebook group page, or our Facebook fan page, I'm sorry. So anyway, this has been Ryan Bodgewick with Shelbeth Entertainment, and I thank you very much, and I look forward to continuing to inspire the world through entertainment. Take care, and bye-bye.